It is, yes, you may applaud. It is my joy to welcome you to the 2024 Convocation of Catawba College. And before I get to all the official language, we have people standing around the room. I know it's crowded, and we're going to celebrate that together for the next hour. If your row can at all move to the middle, if there's any room, I know some of you are healthier than others. If there's any room, move in and let some of these folks on the side get onto your row. Just make it happen. And there's some seats over here, and probably some over here. All right, let's do this officially. Welcome to the 2024 Convocation of Catawba College. I'm David Nelson, Catawba's 24th president. The Convocation is a tradition by which we call together the learning community that is Catawba College to commence the academic year. It is my privilege as your president to convene the college for another year. And so, by the authority vested in me by the Catawba College Board of Trustees and the state of North Carolina, I declare the fall semester for the 2024-2025 academic year at Catawba College officially convened. Welcome. And I'll now ask our college chaplain, the Reverend Kendra Joyner Miller, to provide our invocation.
As we give this prayer of invocation during this convocation, we call upon that which is much greater than ourselves to ground us in joy and celebration of this moment as we embark on this academic year. In that spirit, let us pray. God, we come together in this convocation, and may we feel the convocation, the joining together in our shared purpose this year, remembering the common mission of this institution to mold the hearts and minds of those gathered. May we be centered around the goodness with which you call us. Goodness that calls us to search for wisdom and gain in knowledge, and to live lives reflective of the highest virtues of truth, justice, compassion, curiosity, and courage. May our students and faculty embody these virtues in our classrooms. May our coaches and athletes embody these virtues on our courts and fields. May our directors and performers embody these virtues in rehearsal halls and on stages. May our administration and trustees embody these virtues as they make decisions that guide the future of our institution. May we ground in that which is good and joyfully live these callings to which you have called us in the world. Amen.
You may be seated. Thank you, Reverend Joyner Miller and President Nelson. I'm Dr. Monica Cowart, Catawba's Executive Vice President and Provost. And on behalf of the faculty, I'd like to add my welcome to each of you as we mark the start of our 173rd academic year. We are excited to welcome not just our returning students, but also our new first-year and transfer students who officially joined the Catawba community last night at our commissioning ceremony. I also want to extend a welcome to new faculty and staff joining us from different departments across the college. If you are a new member of the Catawba community, whether a new student, staff, or faculty member, please stand so that we can welcome you to our community. Come on, don't be shy. Let's give them a hand. Wow. You may be seated. We also celebrate an important group of students, our junior marshals, for the 2024-2025 academic year, who are assisting not only in today's opening convocation, but will assist throughout the year with special occasions in the life of the college, including activities surrounding commencement in May. Related to our junior marshals, I want to take a moment to share the significance of the academic mace of Catawba College that is carried by the most senior faculty member, the senior marshal. The origin of the academic mace dates back to medieval times, when it was first used as a weapon. By the 16th century, the mace was outdated as a weapon on the battlefield, but it remained a powerful symbol of authority and was embraced as a ceremonial object by colleges and universities. Traditionally, the senior marshal of the college carries the ceremonial mace and is the longest serving member of the faculty, like our own Dr. Renee McCatherine. In early times, marshals were associated with military commands or civil authorities. Think of fire marshals or field marshals. Early academic marshals used the mace to protect the president of the college from rowdy students and angry local citizens. In her duties as senior marshal, Dr. McCatherine is assisted by the college marshal, Professor David Pulliam, and his junior marshals who give directions to the faculty, graduates, and others during formal occasions of the college. These junior marshals are chosen from the junior class based on academic rank. They embody the best of Catawba College in both academic achievement and service to our community. President Nelson will now commission our junior marshals for the 2024-2025 academic year. I would now ask that candidates for junior marshal please rise. Thank you. President Nelson, I present to you those members of our junior class to be commissioned as Catawba College junior marshals for the 2024-2025 academic year. By the authority vested in the college by the trustees of Catawba College, you are commissioned as junior marshals with all the rights and duties of that office. As a symbol of your office, we present you with a medallion engraved with the likeness of Hedrick Hall by President Nelson. As I call your name, please come on stage to meet President Nelson, or right near the stage. After you've received the medallion rose, please line up at the front of the stage. Cheyenne Ledger. Jenna Coleman. Merit Reckman. Elias Barber. Jolena Frank. Mason McLean. Sam Taylor. Alejandro Alvarez. Elena Derringer. Mackenzie Purefoy. Grace Goldstein. Louis Mikesell. Bree Wusterbarth. Now, I know some of you have already started with the congratulating, but please join me now in congratulating our 2024-2025 Catawba College Junior Marshals. Thank you. It is also my honor to introduce the officers for the Student Government Association for the 2024-2025 academic year. Caitlin Cothran, President. Emma Jackson, Vice President. Mason McLean, Secretary. At the Spring Awards Convocation, these officers were recognized, but today they will take the oath of office for their respective positions. Will the Student Government Association officers please face the audience? And they are such wonderful leaders, they were able to already know that I was going to say that. So if you would repeat after me, I do solemnly promise to uphold and abide by the Constitution of the Student Government Association and to promote and protect the interests of my constituents and of Catawba College. Please join me in thanking the SGA executive officers for their service now and all year. Thank you. And now we have a series of speakers who will bring greetings to the college. First, Karen Alexander, Mayor of Salisbury, will bring greetings on behalf of the City of Salisbury, followed by Caitlin Cothran, Student Government Association President, Bob Arnold, Chair of the Board of Trustees, Dr. Shamara Sainer, Chair of Faculty Senate, and Holly Batista, Chair of Staff Council. And now, let me present Mayor Alexander.
Good afternoon. It is my honor and privilege on behalf of the Salisbury City Council and more than 450 city employees, I bring you greetings and a heartfelt welcome to the City of Salisbury. You have chosen a premier educational institution with a long and important history in our city. Catawba College provides its students an environment to experience personal growth, knowledge, scholarship, community service that allows transformation, inspiration, and belonging. With the recent announcement of another anonymous $200 million gift to the Catawba College Endowment, we in Salisbury are so excited to witness the continued milestones of achievement by leadership, faculty, and students that positively elevates our entire community. Together, the City of Salisbury and Catawba College are continuing to build a strong town and gown relationship between Salisbury and the Catawba College community. Salisbury offers plenty to do for students, faculty, leadership, and parents who are looking to explore beyond the campus. We are also known for a vibrant and authentic downtown with plenty of retail restaurants and plethora of art options from the visual to the performing arts, with a nationally accredited museum, Waterworks Visual Arts Center, that will be hosting a world-class exhibit in September. We also have 3 local communities, including Lee Street Theater, the Maroney, and the Norville Theater that serves our youth, with theatrical performances for youth and the community. And also, we have our own Salisbury Symphony, which performs at Catawba at Campbell Auditorium, and I'm there quite often for their performances, and many of your own musical performances and theater as well. Located in the vibrant Piedmont region in Rowan County, we have a variety of opportunities for enjoyment that extends to live music, great restaurants, unique shopping, arts and theater performance, beautiful parks and entertaining events, and much more abound. In fact, I call our wonderful city the Paris of the Piedmont. In closing, I invite you to join us on Thursday, August 22nd, which is Thursday evening this week, 5 to 8 p.m. for our college night out. It will be held at our beautiful Bell Tower Green Park, which is located in our downtown, to celebrate Catawba College, Livingstone College, RCCC, and Hood Theological for new and returning students with our community members. Enjoy your college years at Catawba, and then please consider staying on to build your career, your family, and a life of community service right here in our growing and very welcoming city. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon. Thank you. My name is Caitlin Cawthorne, and I'm serving as the student body president for the 2024-2025 academic school year. As I look into the crowd, I see familiar faces and faces of people I have not yet met. Although we haven't met, I can assure you, the student body is extremely excited to welcome our new students as an addition to this wonderful campus we call home. I hope you all have felt welcome this past week, and I'm so thrilled to see our campus already buzzing with excitement. Freshmen, as you settle into this exciting new journey, I urge you to recognize the importance of your time at Catawba. You're about to find your niche, and as crazy as it may sound, you will mentally mature and change as a person. I was in your seat just 3 years ago, and I was an introvert and would not talk to anyone unless prompted. Now, I sometimes have to figure out when to stop talking. This would not have happened had I not joined student government and became involved on campus, so I urge you to join a club and step outside your comfort zone. This goes for you too, upperclassmen. If you ever feel like there just simply is not enough to do on campus, I insist you join a club, get an on-campus job, attend athletic events, watch theater productions, or attend events at Catawba. At Catawba, the possibilities are endless for finding fun ways to fill up your schedule. Catawba family, I'm so excited to have everyone here tonight and getting ready for classes to start tomorrow. If you haven't already, tonight might be a good time to get out your class schedule and figure out what buildings and rooms your classes are in. Or if you're a type B person and you like the thrill of the unknown, that's fine too. Regardless, I hope you all are excited to start classes tomorrow and are looking forward to an incredible school year. I'm so excited to see you all this year, and as we say on the Catawba Spirit team, go Cat U.
Afternoon again. I suspect you'll hear that several times. On behalf of Catawba College's Board of Trustees, about 30 folks who volunteer their experience to the president and others, I extend a warm welcome to all of our new and returning students, faculty, and staff. I'm Bob Arnold, current chair of the board, but I'd rather you know me as a class of 71 and married to a 71. It's wonderful to see you gathered here. It's a little warm, it's crowded. I love the crowded in this special place and ready to launch a new academic year. Time out for just a second To sophomores and juniors and seniors, a year ago, same time, same place, I suggested this was possibly our 172nd convocation. A little makeup there. And further said that that's second only to Duke. I was wrong. Decided today I should do a little fact checking. So, as it turns out, University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, established in 1795, Queens, 1767, but they stopped for a while and then started. You get to decide whether you count them or not. Salem in 1772, Wake Forest University, 1834. See, I really messed up, didn't I? Davidson, 1837, Duke, 1838, Catawba College, 1851. So we're in a pretty good crowd, right? And we still, today, are going to be celebrating our 173rd hypothetical convocation. So there you go. To faculty, I've admitted, self-admitted my error. I beg for mercy. Opening Convocation serves as a bookend to the start of your college experience, with commencement being at the other end. And by the way, we'll see you again at the end of the year. I'm sure you all feel the excitement and energy of this moment. It's the start of something amazing. I'm sure the last few days have been filled with a blur of newness, new buildings, new people, new traditions that'll become a part of your Catawba experience. Acronyms, abbreviations such as SRBZ, MUMU, and I don't know that one, and CATU may be starting to sound familiar, but they don't yet. They soon will. I hope you started to settle in, make connections, and learn a little bit about what Catawba is about. By the way, I like to say look left, look right. Those people you're sitting next to in 50 years, like me, you'll get together and enjoy each other even more then than you do now. That you're discovering a great place to eat, perfect study spots, exploring our beautiful campus, enjoying the mayor's city, enjoying all-night or late-night conversations with your roommates, teammates, and friends. I encourage you to take the time to explore the campus and all it has to offer, along with Salisbury and the county. Be open to unexpected paths and possibilities that you may discover, not all of them, and interests you didn't know you had, or develop new skills for your future. Each of you brings a unique set of talents and experiences to Catawba, and now's the time to expand on them. Catawba's a special place. I'm highly biased, but it is, because of its mission and dedication to the formation of students. Catawba will nurture your potential and help you grow into the very best version of yourself. So from here, you can go anywhere, because it takes good people with the best of intentions to accomplish great things. So off script, I like to close this way to all athletes. I live in Hickory, not far from here. There is a competing school whose name I won't mention in Hickory. If you win, I get to brag among my friends and rub it in. If you lose, I have to listen to that stuff for a year. I beg of you to win every single game this year. I want you to win the right way, but nevertheless win. So to the athletes, can I have a commitment that you're going to give your all to that other institution this year? Thanks.
Welcome, everybody, to the start of another academic year, a time filled with promises, new beginnings, and a shared commitment to the pursuit of knowledge. Today, as we gather for this opening convocation, I stand before you with a deep sense of pride and gratitude, reflecting on the 10 years I've been fortunate enough to spend here at this beloved institution. 10 years may seem like a long time, but when I look back, it feels as though the time has flown by. In these years, I've had the privilege to witness countless moments of joy, triumph, and yes, even challenges that have tested our resolve. But through it all, one thing has remained constant: the traditions that bind us together as a community. These traditions, whether it's the excitement of welcoming new students like today, the camaraderie of faculty and staff, or the shared experiences that mark the milestones of our academic journey, they all serve as the heartbeat of our college. They remind us that no matter the changes we face, no matter the hurdles that we encounter, there is something enduring and unshakable in our commitment to each other and to the mission of this institution. Despite these fluctuations, the spirit of our college, our dedication to fostering learning, community, and growth has never wavered. One of the greatest lessons that I've learned during my time here is the profound impact of the small, everyday acts of kindness and understanding. The good that we do, whether it's offering a word of encouragement, taking time to listen, or simply showing up for one another, goes far. It ripples through our community, creating a supportive and nurturing environment where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. As we embark on this new academic year, I encourage each of you to carry forward the spirit of these traditions. Let the values that have guided us for so long continue to inspire your actions and decisions. Embrace the challenges, the resilience, knowing that you are a part of a community that values integrity, respect, and the pursuit of excellence. To our new students, welcome to the family. You are about to become part of something much larger than yourselves, something steeped in history and tradition. To our returning students, faculty, and staff, thank you for your ongoing dedication and for the good that you contribute every day. Remember, good goes far, it spreads, it multiplies, and it enriches the lives of everyone it touches. So let's make this year one for growth, learning, and positive impact. Together, we can build on our traditions and create new ones, ensuring that the legacy of this college continues to shine brightly for many years to come. Let's have a wonderful year, everybody.
Good afternoon. I am Holly Bautista, and on behalf of the incredible staff at Catawba College, I am so thrilled to welcome each and every one of you to our wonderful family. I clearly remember my time leading up to college. I remember feeling super excited, but also equally nervous, and I quickly came to realize that if other people had done it, so could I, and guess what? I did. It truly was a life-changing experience for me. College was where I dreamed about what I wanted out of life. It's where I discovered my passions and formed lifelong relationships with others. In college, you have an opportunity to be immersed in an environment with people of all different backgrounds and experiences, of people that have differing personalities and bring various ideas to the table. And our strength lies in that diversity. And so I challenge each of you to embrace it, to celebrate it, and to learn from each other, because that's where real growth happens. As you embark on this new adventure, don't forget to also have some fun along the way. College isn't just about studying and taking in lectures. While that is extremely important, it's also about spontaneous adventures, about deep conversations, and creating memories that you'll look back at years from now and will make you smile. So remember that you're here not just preparing for a career, you're also here to be shaped into compassionate and open-minded and curious individuals ready to take on whatever life sends your way. We as employees of the college are your biggest cheerleaders. We are your mentors and your support system, and we want you to know that whenever life throws you a curveball, we want you to find us. We always want to help you in any way that we can. So let's make this year epic. Let's embrace the chaos. Let's cherish the friendships and soak up every moment of growth. And for our new students, I also want to say welcome to your new home away from home. And for our returning students, welcome back home. We're glad to have you here.
Hello, my name is Pavel Gabule. I am a senior here majoring in popular music. I am going to perform one of my original songs called Unity here with the help of Justin Gerstel on cajon. Professor Aaron Shea, and Professor Jeff Little. Here's Unity.
Thank you, Pavel, and all our musicians. Just a taste of some of the culture you'll experience here on campus. Welcome again to all of our new students, also new faculty and staff. We're so glad you're here. You have found yourself in a very good place. And it's my role at a convocation to give a convocation address to the college. And I am going to do that, though it will be relatively brief. But I want to take a few minutes to give you some updates about what's happening on the campus, what happened over the summer since we had commencement, and some of you went home for the summer, and now, and what's coming in the months ahead. So can we hang out a bit before the address and just hear some good news about the college? You can do that. Yeah. I know it's hot. You'll be fine. We'll leave here and go out in the heat. And by the way, try doing it in one of these old robes. So after the semester ended, how about Catawba baseball? Won the Southeast Regional Championship in NCAA Division II, advanced to the National Championship Series, making it to the national semifinal, and ended up ranked number 3 in the nation. Congratulations. They win, and they win the right way. Congratulations to you all. Let's just do it again. Another word about athletics. Every year, the Learfield Cup standings aggregate all of athletic accomplishments among the hundreds of schools in NCAA and NAIA, and among the hundreds of schools in NCAA Division II in which Catawba College competes. Out of hundreds of colleges and universities, Catawba College ranked number 32 in the nation. Congratulations, athletes. Congratulations also to coaches and the athletic staff and our wonderful athletic director, Michelle Cadigan. I know she's not happy with 32, right? It's going higher, right? That's exactly right. Not only athletics, summer classes and workshops, just a taste of what happens while many of you are away for the summer. At the Bill and Shari Graham Genomics Laboratory at the North Carolina Research Campus, about 25 minutes south of us in Kannapolis, at that lab, that is the Catawba Lab, there was the Illumina Next Generation Sequencing Workshop and Certificate Program. That's next-gen sequencing theory, DNA extraction, NGS runs, along with bioinformatics and modules on entrepreneurship in biotech and model assessment, led by Pavel Delgado, our entrepreneur in residence at the Kettner School of Business. Science meets business here at Catawba College. The National Environmental Summit once again took place on this campus with teenagers from around the country, including those in the REACH program, who I understand had a 6-day backpacking trip in Western North Carolina. I think Dr. Ritallison led that. Sounds like fun. A 10-day Waterkeeper Alliance boot camp in Eastern North Carolina in collaboration with communications. I see a theme here. All right, these two deans sitting right here in front of us, business and natural sciences, doing work together. So there we have communications with Dr. Jackson and environmental science, natural science with Dr. Bolin, and Noah Upchurch from the Center for the Environment took students out to that trip. And study trips as far away as Colombia and Madagascar, right? A lot happening in the classroom around the region and around the world here at Catawba. I think it was July, a group of us were invited to go to Washington, D.C. We're at the Department of Education in conjunction with the EPA and the Department of Energy. Your college was recognized as a green ribbon school. That's from institutions all around the nation, K through 12 and higher ed. There were only 3 higher ed institutions recognized with that award. One of them is Catholic University of America, one is the University of Wisconsin-Stout, and the other is Catawba College. A lot happening this summer. In case you haven't noticed, it's a bit crowded on campus. We think that's good news. It can be uncomfortable, but it's good news. We are glad to welcome, I'm told, Dean Gibbons, around 660 students to the Catawba College family this year. That's 112 graduate students and 548 or so undergraduates. Think about that. 660 new students to Catawba College. I think that may deserve some celebration. Now with that, I understand we are having to fit people in, and especially to fit you into living quarters. It's crowded, and I know that can be a headache. Thank you for adapting. Thank you for being flexible. We're in this together. Let's work together and make the most of the very good days we're experiencing here at Catawba. And then, in case you just missed it, Mayor Alexander mentioned it, yet another historic gift to Catawba College, a $200 million gift to our endowment, bringing it, I believe it has today, to be over $600 million. That is really good news. And to let that sink in, those resources sit in a body of money that's called a corpus. We don't just spend all that money at one time. Each year we get to draw about 4.5% to 5% of that money. It helps to supplement the finances of this college, to provide scholarships, and to help us to do so many of the things that we're doing that I'm about to tell you about on campus. I just want you to know, students, that's a big number. It's a really big number. There are very few institutions, especially of our size, that have generous donors like we have. And I said it at opening day to faculty and staff, but I want to commend you all, because you are the college that donors like this have decided to invest in. in enormously generous ways. You are the college that has inspired that confidence in donors. So you should take that in. And for some of you, it will be years later and you'll realize what I just said. It's a really good day for Catawba College. There are some good opportunities before us, opportunities for campus improvements. Renovation of the smokestack for more student experience space will be coming this fall to be completed in the fall of 2025. Think homecoming. We're at work preparing to build a new residence hall to be open in 2026, an additional 150 beds. We wish we had those right now, but we'll make do till then. And we will do full renovations of Salisbury Rowan, SR, and Standback Hall, all within the next 2 years. And we're going to finish Newman Park. We did phase 1 renovation. We're going to get to phase 2. Now, there's more coming, but those are major capital projects. Over the next 2 years, we're going to have a really big mess on campus, but it's going to be a really good mess on campus. And because we want students to really know about this, President Cothran and I, there are 2 presidents on campus, President Nelson and President Cothran, you're SGA president. She and I are going to host a town hall when we have some more things to show you, and we'll invite all the students to come and hear more details about the improvements that are coming where you live and where you'll get to play a bit here on campus. Look for more news on that. I'm really happy to give you an update that Dreamscape Learn, amazing, innovative, immersive technology is coming to Catawba College. First college in the southeast of the United States to have it. The first small college of our kind to have it. Arizona State, over 100,000 students. Rowan University in New Jersey, about 30,000. Catawba College, about 1,300 plus. It's coming to our campus. It will launch in a pilot if you're taking biology. You'll get to be a part of that, and in the future, it will be open to everyone, both in a classroom learning lab and then in an entertainment module that I think you'll really enjoy. And if you want to know more about that, find Dr. Hartwood, find Dr. Poston. They're going to help us pilot that wonderful technology here on campus. When you wonder about what resources like we talked about do, it's the kinds of things I'm mentioning. Now, all of this, all these improvements we're making to campus signal that we have a really bright future. And I want to say a word here. I know that incoming students are really appreciating the fact that, say, by the time they get to be a junior, they'll be able to move into a new residence hall, right? That's a lot of fun. But can I say something to you juniors and seniors? Many of you will graduate before you get to see these things completed. Some of you will get to see the smokestack next year, but for most of you, you'll commence, you'll graduate, and you'll move on. And while you don't get to experience all of the good that comes from those improvements, some of you will get to go through all the pain that gets us there. And I recognize that. And I just want to say to juniors and seniors and some of you graduate students, I hope that you'll celebrate all of the good that this will bring to future students at your college. And I also hope that you will be appropriately proud of the fact that you were here during the days that such generous donors gave to the college so those things could happen. There is a sense in which you helped make this happen. And while you may not be the direct beneficiaries of it, your college will, and future generations of students at this college will benefit from it. You are a part of all that. There are cultural opportunities. The Robertson Collection, this collection of masterpieces that will be on display here at Waterworks, you should go see that because many will never be able to see works like that in person, and it's coming right here to Salisbury. So Mayor Alexander, we're going to be there, and we're going to see it. The Jeff Little Trio, Professor Little will be in concert this Saturday in Hedrick Little Theater. You can come and see it. Your trio and some students, probably in faculty also. And we're raising money to help support the music program. Had a fantastic time last year. We'll do it again this year. That's just a taste of the opportunities on campus. Take advantage of it. Now this fall, and I need everyone to listen to me, this is really important. This fall is a general election in the United States of America. I say that because we have international students here, and if you are not from the United States, but you're a student at Catawba College, raise your hand. I want everyone to see this. Raise your hand nice and high. We want to see where you are. First of all, welcome to Catawba. And you get to watch us do this thing that we call a general election. It should be entertaining, maybe nauseating, but we do it. It's a thing we do. So here's some information, and you will hear more, plenty more from Dr. Bitzer and others about what I'm about to say. But this is so important. For generations, part of the mission of this college was to prepare students to be responsible citizens, to be good citizens. That remains part of what we do. And so you have an opportunity not to just think about something, but to do something. So your Catawba ID is now officially approved by the state of North Carolina as a form of voter identification. Just note that. That's important. Second, there will be multiple times to register to vote. You can't vote if you don't register. So you need to register, and you need to do that before October 10th. When you go to the Bell Tower Green on Thursday, I understand you can register to vote. Go have fun, eat some food, listen to some music, and register to vote. If you miss registering to vote because you're having so much fun and you're so popular and everyone wants to talk to you and you can't get to the registration table, there will be, and I know some of you are just like that, there will be events on campus before October 10th where you can register to vote. Are you getting the picture? Register to vote. Data from our guru of political data, Dr. Bitzer. In 2020, the last general election, Catawba had about 1,200 students. 1,200 students and 259 residential students registered to vote. 36 cast ballots. Not a winning percentage, Mr. Arnold. So we're going for 100% of those of you eligible to vote, register to vote, and then go vote. And be informed as you do it. So to make you informed, realize that through the library, you can read the Salisbury Post, our local paper. You should see what's happening in your community. And soon you'll see news about having access to subscriptions to the Washington Post, the New York Times, and the Wall Street Journal. Varied news outlets that can help inform you. None of them are perfect, none of them tell the whole story, but you should learn to read the news. Read various sources. Don't only listen to sources that you agree with. And as some asked at a session last year about all this, I give this advice. If you are paying attention to a news source that does not correct its errors, I would be very suspicious of them. So we're giving you access to outlets that make mistakes, and they tell you when they do. That's good reporting. And you hope you make few, but find trustworthy sources and diverse sources. Be informed. Take advantage of that. Come to the Presidents and Popcorn Debate Watch Party on September 10th in Tom Smith Auditorium. Look for more news on that. There'll be more events surrounding the election. On September 17th, it's Constitution Day. We're planning to have copies of the Declaration of Independence and Constitution available to you in some form like this. You'll hear how you can come by and pick it up. If you're a U.S. citizen, please read the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. By the way, this is my old copy. It's about to fall apart. I should get a new one, Dr. Bitzer. Every July 4th, what do I read? I get up and I read the Declaration of Independence. And on Constitution Day, what do I read? I read the Constitution. You're probably thinking, what a nerd. Probably true. But I want to be informed, and I want to be a good citizen, and I want to know what this whole thing is about. By the way, if you're an international student, you should get a copy and read it. What an opportunity to learn about these folks called Americans. We're really not the only Americans there in the South and the North, but the U.S. form of the Americans. One of the most fascinating discussions I've ever had was years ago. I was teaching in Turkey with some Turkish professors at a university. We spent a day learning about their region. They took me and my students on a trip around their region. The entire day, they quizzed us about our Constitution and how our government works. And I learned there how little I knew because I couldn't answer all their questions. If you're an international student here at Catawba, this is a fascinating time. We are your laboratory. We're your lab specimens. Take a look at us. Look for these on about October 17th. This is a college. This is a college. It's a place where we exchange ideas. And when we do that, we agree with one another sometimes, and we disagree sometimes. But we always do it, even if vigorously, we do it respectfully and we do it peaceably. We are at our best when we do it that way. And that's what we do on this campus. It's what we should do in our community and in this nation. Each general election is a fantastic time to learn, but not just about politics, to learn about history and culture and sociology and philosophy and science and so much more. And if you wonder about how all that fits, just come ask me. I'm a nerd, I'll tell you about it. And then there's this. Each election is an opportunity for you to shape the future of your community and your state and your nation. Now, I'm older. As you hear me talk about the 4,000 weeks of life, I'm in the last quarter of those 4,000 weeks on average. I hope I get more, but on average. So consider me old. And I realize that we, the generations who came before you, have made a bit of a mess of all this. We're just being honest here, right? And it can be frustrating, and it can be a toxic political environment at times. I'm really sorry on behalf of all old people. I'm sorry for that. I wish I could wave a wand and it would be different. I can't do that, but here's what I can do. I can remind you that if it's to change, you need to help us change. We can be better, and you can help make us better. We can be good, and you can help make us good. Those are campus updates. And now you're thinking, really, is he going to give an address? I am. Because I want to talk to you about the good for just a minute. And man, Dr. Sainer, you just rocked it, right? You picked up on it. Good goes far. Thank you. Every summer, I was about to say I have a reading list. I have a reading stack. And I'm pretty aspirational. I never get through the whole stack, but I try. This summer, my reading involved a novel, 100 Years of Solitude, Gabriel Garcia Marquez. If you haven't read it, you absolutely should. I read The Pursuit of Happiness by Jeffrey Rosen, a book about the founder's use of that phrase, the pursuit of happiness. But in the midst of it, I'm going to be honest, I was a little sad about the state of affairs in the world, and I went back to something I probably first read with my mother when I was a child, which is the Beatitudes, which is part of the Christian Gospels. It's just one little part. If you look in Matthew chapter 5, it's just the first 12 or so verses. I was drawn to that text because while we have a world full of bad news, I thought, let's put some good news in there, at least in a small dose, and that's why I read it. So these texts are found in the Gospel of Matthew. You can also see it in the Gospel of Luke in a little different form if you'd like to read it. So it's this story, right? The Gospel of the stories of this man named Jesus. And he'd been doing all kinds of good things, surprisingly good things, superhumanly good things, according to the Scriptures. And people began following him, sometimes in large numbers. And one day, he went up on a mountain, and people followed him, and they sat around him, and he opened his mouth to speak, we are told. And here's a summary of the good news that he shared with them. Blessed are the poor. Blessed are those who weep. Blessed are those who are hungry. Blessed are the meek. He didn't say, blessed are those who know everything there is to know, or blessed are those who have amassed much wealth, or blessed are those who have won power and gained influence. Nor did Jesus give them a list of requirements or even aspirations, I'd say. Instead, I believe he's reflecting on something about the way things actually are in our world and what it means to live well within it. Things don't always go well. Things aren't always easy. There is poverty, sadness. Sometimes people will be cruel to you. Jesus doesn't even tell his followers how to overcome those hard realities. Instead, he reminds them that there is good, blessedness in those experiences. It's those who hunger who will be filled. It's the meek who will inherit the earth. It's the poor in spirit who will have the kingdom of heaven. And it's the merciful and the peacemakers who experience the good that God gives. Jesus was telling his followers that the way they walk in the world matters, and it matters for ages to come. Now, prior to Jesus in human history, the ancient philosopher Aristotle taught his students something similar in his teaching about virtue. He believed that virtues are habits of life, that people acquire them through practice, that they make up a good life. Aristotle was a teacher, and today perhaps he'd be a college professor, I don't know. But among all of his scientific and philosophical teaching, he had this sense that the skills, and they are skills, the skills of virtue are among the most important one will ever acquire. If you fast forward from the ancient times to modern times, when our nation's founders described a pursuit of the good life in terms of ancient Enlightenment virtues like humility and industry and sincerity and tranquility, by which they meant, by the way, peace and reconciliation, and also justice, such that in our Declaration of Independence they deemed it the pursuit of happiness, and they called that pursuit an unalienable right. The happiness of the people remained a subject of the Federalist Papers, as we call them, those documents written to promote the ratification of our Constitution. Ancient wisdom like that may not be broadcast very loudly today, but the founders of your college created an institution that stands in those traditions. The Catawba ideal is not just scholarship. It is scholarship with character and culture for service. So what would it look like to make that ideal, our college ideal, part of our daily life here on campus? Our formation as a virtuous people, whether as a nation or a city or a family or a college, is the pathway to this good life. In terms of the Christian faith of the founders of Catawba College, this is the way of blessedness. And in terms of our nation founders, this is the road to happiness. This is the way of the good. And good goes a long way. When scholarship is cultivated within the ground of character and culture, we can bring our best to the world for its good. This is the to-what end of the Catawba ideal. Scholarship with character and culture for service, for good, not just for ourselves, but for our neighbors, for the good of our community, and the good of our world. I recognize that it is very easy to become cynical about our culture and the world we live in. I am most fortunate to be married to a woman who keeps me from overwhelming cynicism because she is so fixed on the good. Perhaps you need someone like that in your life. It's easy to become cynical. And it would be easy to ask, in a world that's so full of bad news and so filled with the not good, it would be easy to ask, why does it even matter what I do? And to that I say the everyday good work of this college and the everyday good work of your life, your service, is the good work of making the ideal more a part of our everyday reality. When you are winning or when you're losing, when you're studying, when you're struggling to grasp something, when things come easy and when they don't. And regardless of how hard things are, maybe even especially when reality is at its hardest, doing the good that is ours to do makes the world more like the place we all want to live. About a year ago, some professional storytellers came to Catawba College. We invited them to come, and they met with members of our college, students, faculty, some staff that you may have been in a group, many of our alumni, our board of trustees. They came to learn about who we are. And they came back to us and tried to reflect back to us what they had learned, and they came up with this phrase that they believed gets to the heart of who we are. You heard Dr. Sainer say it earlier. Good goes far. You will begin to see that phrase, good goes far, around campus. You'll see it on t-shirts, you'll see it on billboards on the interstate highways, you'll see it in digital and print ads, you'll see it on radio stations, and when you travel to airports in Charlotte and Raleigh, you'll see it on vehicles. You're going to begin to see your college in a lot of places. And as we begin to reintroduce ourselves to folks who may not know much about us, we will do that by telling them some of the good stories of the good done by the good people who are Catawba College. People just like you. And that good isn't something we're keeping to ourselves. We spread it wherever we go, whatever we do. That's the legacy of Catawba College. It's the story of who we've been in the past. It is the story of who we are today and who we will be in the future. It's your story and the story of thousands of Catawba alumni. So we open this academic year by celebrating all the good in our midst, and as we do so, let's resolve to do the good that is ours to do. Let's have a good year, Catawba. Seat Luke's.
In a few minutes, we will all recite the Catawba College Honor Code. But before we do, let me share that living and acting honorably is an important and highly valued aspect of life in our college community. As a member of the Catawba community, students, staff, and faculty, our honor code emanates from the 4 words found on our college seal: scholarship, character, culture, service. We often think of the honor code as being in the classroom where scholarship is done in an ethical and principled manner, but not cheating, plagiarizing, or committing academic dishonesty. Temptations to be less than honorable are always there. Cramming for that exam, checking out a website about a paper topic the night before the paper's due, filling a smartphone with some reminders, and I won't even talk about ChatGPT. But Catawba's honor code should speak directly to the kind of character we all want to present to each other and to our greater community. It signifies a sense of responsibility to ourselves and to each other and our institution. Our honor code should underpin the campus's culture in promoting the values of intellectual and practical integrity, of promoting the common good for all. And in doing so, we promote the value of service that we ultimately hope will allow you, our future Catawba graduates, to achieve your highest potential while serving as leaders who have the wisdom and skills required to make our world a better place. For those who are able to stand, I invite you to do so. And I ask Student Government Association President Caitlin Cothran to come forward and lead us in reciting the honor code. President Cothran?
Please repeat after me as we pledge to abide by our honor code. As a member of the Catawba College community, I will uphold the value of academic honesty. I will uphold the value of academic honesty that grounds our institution. And I will not lie, cheat, or steal. I will not lie, cheat, or steal. Thank you.
You may be seated. A few very quick notes on the activities that will follow this opening convocation. Following the benediction, everyone is asked to remain in their seats until instructed to process by the junior marshals. During the recessional, the members of the platform party will recess by the middle aisle, followed by the faculty. Next, we will ask all returning students and other guests to exit the chapel. Finally, our new students, both first year and transfer students, please wait until the junior marshals come for you. They will escort you out of the chapel. Immediately following convocation, everyone is invited to join us for a sustainable cookout on the library lawn hosted by the Center for the Environment. You will find the large Catawba Sea tent in front of the library where food and good times await. We hope you'll enjoy a yummy meal and time for fellowship as you prepare for your first official day of classes tomorrow. Thank you for joining us for opening convocation. For those who are able, please stand for the singing of the Alma Mater found in your program and remain standing for the benediction, followed by the recessional.
Down in the verdant Southland, high on the Piedmont plains, there's a tower that is piercing the heavens and a campus of fond memory lanes. Higher than the walls of man's making are the thoughts of my sojourn there. Brighter than the sun upon waking are the friendships time cannot outwear. Fair Catawba, my Catawba, symbol of life and right, we thy sons and daughters hail thee, Queen of Light. Rich and glorious be thy future, world of influence wide. And with us who bear thy culture, may thy precepts of spirit abide.
As Dr. Coward said, in a moment we will go forward from this place, led by the president and the platform party, led by our faculty and our returning students, and then new and transfer students wait so that we, the community, can receive you and celebrate you. So let us pray. Let us go forward from this place with these words. Go forth into the world in peace. Be of good courage. Hold fast to that which is good. Render no one evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the afflicted. Honor all people. Love and serve the Lord, rejoicing in the power of the Spirit. Amen.